Alrighty, Doc, a little late here, but here I am. Had to be taking care of the animals down the hill. Sorry about that. We went below zero. So, or not, Celsius zero. So we're like 31 degrees, and then there we are. I am just getting on right now. I had to take care of things down the hill.
That's all right. I can't log in.
You can't log in? I am in. Let's see. I'm double checking now. I am just logging in. There we are.
Well, you can probably log in. I can't log in.
Well, sometimes it can be. Yeah, no one's there so far, so we're all right.
Well, I'm just telling you that I'm not going to be able to. I tried 3 times.
Okay. All right. Well.
I'll try one.
Yeah, just take it slow and steady. If you get in, you get in. You should be able to. You should be able to get into not being able to talk, but to see.
I just can't chat.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighties.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Robin having a problem in Chicago. That's one of those type of mornings, but luckily, since the time change, we have room to talk all the way out to, 6 minutes longer. So it'll be fine. We'll take care of it. All right, let's check it out this morning. Let's go to the dollar index, see what the dollar index is up to. We see the great experiment closing at another great all-time high. And, I'm curious. Let's see how the weekly looks on gold this morning also. Let's see. That's interesting looking like that. There we are. And there it is. That was they're not updated yet. That's interesting. I think. I'm confused. Yeah, that must be it. Okay, so that is the 13th. Okay, so yeah, Friday was the 17th. Excellent. All right, I get that. All right, so one thing is for sure, and that is that we are definitely into the sell here. And I imagine it'll update somewhere along the line, and we will see. Now, see, we have the daily there, but we don't have the weekly. That's interesting. But it looks like we're going to be a second week in the weekly sell when that thing gets going. And when we look at it over on the older Chicago Quant platform itself, not just this beta, but let's just take a look at that weekly. Let's just check it out. I'm just curious with gold. Gold has me definitely eyeballing it. You can see here. Oh, you can't see here. Let's show you there. There. Working now. Excellent, Robin. Excellent. You see right there. We're flirting with that weekly sell, and that's what we were talking about last week, and we put it up in the headline on Thursday or Friday, something like that, working on a top in the metals market. And we're starting to think, we're not sure if it's a head or shoulders, but one thing's for sure is we did identify the base. It bounced off of it. Now the question is, if we're getting into weekly sells on the beta, which I'm a little confused why it's not updated, but we'll just keep on watching and seeing and so forth. And let me see what silver looks like. I bet silver is starting to make the same challenge too. So there's silver right there. Yes, the daily's going after it. The weekly's still a little off on it. I'm not sure why the weekly's like that. I guess it's because of the way we tweaked it now. So it missed going into the sell there last week when it came to the gold. And not the gold, the silver. Let's put the silver up there too, like that. Yeah, and now this morning, it is breaking through on the older platform. The beta itself is telling us that good times for all. Good times for all. Anyway, the nice part is that we always enjoy being able to be on the right side of the market, and that's what it really comes down to, being on the right side of the market. And that's what we fight to do. We fight to be on the right side of the market. And so that's where we're at. Okay. Right there. So, what else can we say about any of that? I guess that's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Let's go check out the dollar index. You can see it up on J4X there. And let's see what it looks like over here. And let's get that dollar index up on the screen. We'll go with the old platform. Right there. There it is right there, dollar index. You see it driving down. That's just constantly confirming interest rates at the moment are anticipated to be lower. That's right. Bond prices are rising and interest rates are lowering. That's exactly what's going on there. And then let's put it up on the new platform, the beta, right there. And same thing like that in the cells, and cells. 4 days in a cell, going on a 5th week in a cell. This is the 5th day on the cell when it comes to the dollar index, and you can see over there they have 6. I guess that must be updated right there. So yeah, and that is the 13th. Excellent. Seems like he's adjusted the weeklies again, and I guess it'll update, and that's the action we're seeing. Now let's check this out. I'm curious now that I see that. I want to see where the S&Ps are. See if it's different futures contracts that are doing it. And so there's the S&P. And okay, so that's 4 weeks. Okay, yeah, it seems like they're not updated for a little bit on the weekly. So we're not seeing where we're at the moment. Maybe we need another hour, and then they'll start to put the trades in, that type of thing. Let's see. Let's get back to the currencies, and we'll just take a look at the euro this morning. Let's see, we're 6EF. There's the futures contract. Let's put it up on the old Chicago Quant. We'll put it on there, and we'll put it up over on J4X right there. So right there you can see, another day in a buy. It's making another high. We've talked about that. You can see the weekly's doing that same thing down in there. We slide over to the beta, and the beta shows that same action there. In weekly buys, this is going on a 6th week here. What else we got going on? You can see the daily. There's 5 full days in a buy there. And it's just climbing up the hill. Climb that hill. And then let's put it up over here. There it is right there. Same situation, climbing. You see the fast stochastic at 92.2 and the slow at 86.9. So it's just percolating in the right directions all the way and making all the sense in the world. Let's see, what else can we say about any more of this stuff? I guess that's that's the most curious thing of all, is that the dollar index and the pairs trades are really starting to let me wind it back. I keep on hearing people looking at the energy sector, and they're going, is this the proof that we're going towards recession? Because we're seeing energies move down. We see the metals complex trying to top out on some form there, and so they're thinking, is that a sign of recession? Slower growth. And then you look at the stock market, and it goes, is this a sign that the economy's getting ready to take off? So you got this back and forth going on with the different analysts around the country here in the States. They're like looking at it. One side looks at it and says, does that mean one thing? And then the other side does the other. It's as curious as all get out. I myself don't think we're going to see that. At least that's the way it looks to me. I think we've had one recession. I think we're in stagflation. That's what I think we're in, stagflation. So in other words, I think that the country is not going to grow much. I think we're going to be like 1%, 1.5% type of growth. And then what we'll see is we will go the other way. And what we'll see is we'll see the economy just see inflation at 3.5%, 4.5%, something like that, and see GDP in the ones, and that's what we refer to as stagflation. And the stock market is such a different anticipator than the commodities market in some aspects. In other words, stock markets, money managers try to find buying opportunities. They like the idea of buying low and selling high, and they like to invest. They invest slow and steady, That's really what it comes down to. And it's like, so you can't use the two. You can't look at energy contracts and go, oh, this means slow economy or fast economy. It just shows you right now the buying is not going on. We've seen where the front month crude oil contract is lower than the back month. So what the oil people are trying to tell us is that there's not a lot of demand. But at the same time, money managers are seeing interest rates backed off, and they're down into, they've come back down into the fours, and they're thinking this is the end of the increases by the Fed. Some talk that way. I myself still think there's going to be a quarter point here or there, but with a GDP at 1%, and that's what the Richmond Federal Reserve, which is the one they pay attention to at the Federal Reserve for GDP predictions, they're projecting 1% for the first and second quarter. And so if that's what they're projecting, then oil prices come down because they feel like the economy is slowing. But that doesn't stop money managers to dollar cost average in to good stocks that they want to own for the next 3 years. Whereas you're not buying oil to own it for 3 years. You're buying oil to own it for like literally 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, something like that. And so to try to commingle those things, let's just show you what the crude oil looks like too. I think today's like the last day for December crude. I guess we should be moving into the next. I know we're sending out Jan crude at this point to customers, chart readers. And we're also sending out March crude at this point. We've moved. Let's see if we can find it there. There's the December crude, and you can see there's the 19th. It was that. That's let me just do this. There we go. Yeah, there's the 20th. So it's up a little bit there. Okay. Now when we go and look at the two different months, let's switch over to the other screen, because it's all fitting together with the currencies and so forth. We're seeing strength in the pairs trades, and that's the objective. It should be seeing that. And we go over to here and let's take a look at the crude. In other words, this is a really strange dance that's going on when it comes to trying to understand what the commodities are trying to tell everybody. There's it at right there. There's the January crude. You can see it. It's playing. It's lifting up, and it's trading at 77.47. And then we look at the March crude, and it's at 77.43. All right. So now it's 4 cents underneath. So it's flopping around in there. We on Friday they closed around the 20-cent area on the plus side. Now it's in the minus side by 4 cents. But either way, it's dropped over $3 over the last 5 weeks, and so trying to understand what crude is telling you is different than trying to understand what money managers and are doing with stocks and currency pairs. So just wanted to get that out and kind of clarify it more. All right, now from there, we zip over to, let's go back to the currencies. Take a look at cable. And there's cable lifting back up. It tried to get into the sell but failed because it was a green and a red, and we're still in that weekly buy. And we really do believe that interest rates are going to go sideways around here until someone convinces money managers that it's not. And that's the thing, is that the Fed's going to have to raise rates somewhere along the line to convince them. And maybe they won't. Maybe they want to see a firmer stock market in a election year. All these things come together. The whole concept of what's going on, and just all of it. Is just it's that type of thing going on. So with an election year and GDP down in the ones, they're gonna posture. The Federal Reserve is gonna posture like as if they're not raising rates. That's right. They're gonna posture that way. They're gonna act like. That's what we mean by posture. It's gonna act like, oh, rates? Well, we're watching the numbers. And then when this one comes up in December, will they raise it a quarter percentage point? I say no. And if they do, then people will really interpret that as the end. Because there's a lot of money out there that still thinks a quarter point is coming. And if they see that a quarter point hasn't come yet, they kind of hesitate a little bit. And what it'll do is it'll put even more energy into the stock market, which is really cool. All right, let's go to. Oh, let's put cable up on the beta. 6B, sounds like bingo, doesn't it? I've got 6B right there. You can see that lifting up, and there it is right there, coming right back into the position. And I don't see a little green dot on that yet. We still have to tighten this up, the dots on there. And we can see here, just another week in a weekly buy. It doesn't see any particular, it doesn't show anything more than just continuous strength. Just continuous strength. Let's see what else we got going on. There we go. And what else can we say about that? Guess that's about it. Let's jump over to the Swiss. See what the Swiss is up to this morning. Trying to find the Swiss here. It's down lower, I know it is. Right there. No. Because it's going to be 6. There it is. There's right there. We'll stick that in there and we'll jump over to here at the same time. And let's put the Swiss in there. And there it is. Swiss is gaining against the dollar still. And it's in that weekly sell still. So it's doing all kinds of positive things there. Get rid of that. There we are. And you can see that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full weeks in a sell, going on a 6th. Yeah, that is something, huh? All right, from there, let's take a look at it up on J4X. The Swissy. There it is there, dollar Swiss. Moving down same way. And, 5 full days in a sell. You see 5 red hinky bars. The fast stochastics at 8.0. And the slow is at 9.5 still. So they're still pushing that down. And not having much problems at doing it either. There we are. Now, where do we go from here? Let's take a look at. There it is. You can see right there, that's the dollar yen pairs trade. And let's see what they're doing this morning. That's the most curious of them all. The dollar pairs yen trade. That is definitely, it's been very interesting how it links with the Swiss all the time. And let's put it up over here. There we go. You see a couple days. Let's see now. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days down. And now flirting with that weekly sell finally. We've been waiting for that. It got very close on Friday. And so we're seeing that. Oop. We go like that. There we are. And put it on the 0 line, right so. And then put a little circly thing around it like so. There we are. Just to remind everybody, it's playing with that weekly sell. And when we squeeze it out more like that, And we'll just move that up more, like so. There we are. Let's just put a save on that, too, at the same time. Quiet morning, you know, Robin? Very quiet. What else can we point out here with the yen? We were really happy to see that, it went up and made an all-time high. Or I guess it's a 45-year high. Let's put it that way. A 45-year high. And closing high, that is. And, then it's, backed off. And we've seen that same thing with the great experiment. They closed again yesterday or on Friday at a closing all-time high again. So let's see what we got the beta look like. Let's look at the beta. Beta. Right there. There's the data of the beta. And so this works in inverse relationship to this. Because in America, the Swiss and the yen pairs trade is traded in reverse fashion. So it plus is minus and minus is plus compared to European style. Or outside the United States where it's dollar Swiss or dollar yen. And you can see there, we've got 5 weeks, 5 days in a buy. And what's interesting is the yen has been in our math in the futures contract been in a weekly, in a sense, basically a weekly sell. For 2 weeks, or in this case here, you can see it's going plus because this is the futures contract, and we do yen dollar, not dollar yen. And so you can see here for 2 weeks now, going second week. That's why we were so nervous about, thinking that there was going to be some positive action in the metals complex, because we saw that the gold go into a weekly sell last week, and it was like, ooh, surprise, surprise, All right, righty. From there, let's go over to the Great Experiment. Let's see what the Great Experiment looks like. Let's see if we can get it up on the new beta. The Great Experiment. The Great Experiment. I think it was one of the first products I put into the new beta was the Great Experiment. The Great Experiment. Where are you? There it is right there. And you see that? Pouncing. And staying in that weekly. It's a little sloppy, but when we go over to the spot, oh, you can't even see that. Here, let's just show you right there. And you can see it right there. Just roaring up, roaring like a lion. And we go over to here. And right there's the Great Experiment. Closed at an all-time high on Friday. Here we are trading at the moment at an all-time high close. We thought that the thing could go after the 33 area. You see now we have a wild Ivan, or just a wild spike up to almost 32. About 7 days ago. Is that? Yep, 7 days ago. And we're thinking that this thing is we're thinking that we're going to see this. Where is it at there? Yeah, the euro. We're going to think the euro Turkish lira. They're going to find ways to get it higher, and I don't know what they're going to do with the interest rates. That's the thing. I mean, you would think, I don't know where else to go when it comes to trying to guess what they're going to do with the Great Experiment, because they have been very consistent. Can they rate? Maybe they'll raise interest rates like 6%. Maybe that's what they'll do. So they'll go from 25 to 31, and that might give them some breathing space to make more money, for a couple days, and then it'll probably, I don't know if 6% can do anything though. This box here, they went from 12.5% to 25%. They did a 100% increase in interest rates. They doubled it, and you can see it. It lasted for a total of about 4 days, and then it flirted around underneath the range, and now it's at all-time closing highs, and it does it days over days, It is the great experiment. It's fascinating to watch. I mean, I'm learning from it, you know. All right. Where do we go from here? From here, from there. We are going to, let's see. Let's go to the South African Rand right there. You know, actually look at the metals more closer now. You can see here a second day in a buy. You know, the weekly is holding well down in the sell, which is good, which gives some hope to the metal traders. Let's put it up on J4X. ZAR. Where is ZAR? Right there. Yep, there it is right there. And on the J4X. And let's put it up over here. Let's take a look at platinum. Look at the metals complex. There it is right there. And the weekly is right back. Yeah, it closed in that weekly sell, I believe. That's what it was Friday. There it is right there, platinum. You can see that firmness there. You see the weekly closing a weekly buy last week and is right on the edge at 0.48. Just ticked up from 44. You see it right there. That pressure will not move away. And you can see it's been in a buy, then a sell, then a buy again, and now, you know, any weakness is really going to start to put pressure onto the whole metals complex. And as you can see, you know, we showed you the silver at the beginning of the webinar. The silver is flirting with the weekly sell right now. It's underneath it. And the daily is not in the sell yet, but it's sure trying, that's for sure. And same thing with the gold. You see that? It's trying to get into the sell also. It's at plus 27. 0.27 that is. And you can see the weekly is at 0.56. 0.52. 0.48. And that topping statement we put out on the what do you call it, the webinar back on Thursday is, you know, still there in the sense that we don't see anything that's going to change that that direction until the math turns, and the math doesn't seem to want to turn. It just doesn't. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, now see there on Friday, see how it closed right there, right on the edge. And so we will be seeing, I guess, in another hour, it should show on there. All right, now from there we'll go to copper. I mean, they're really happy in China right now. They think the world is, you know, everything is, you know, Mr. Biden has opened his arms, said, you know, we're going to just keep on spending money there. So that makes them happy because we are, you know, we are their colony. You know, they're our colony. You know, they really are. They act like our colony. They react like our colony. Their economics is set up to, you know, take in money from us, and they can't survive without us. All right. Let's see. That's copper. Let's put copper up over here. There you go. There you go. And as you can see there, the copper on both platforms. Let's show you what it looks like up on there. Right there. Interesting. I mean, I heard Hong Kong. We have Hong Kong on here. Let's just take a look at the Hong Kong market right there. They lifted that up. You can see it's a plus, but still in the daily sell. The weekly is trying. It closed in the weekly buy from excitement last week. It did do that. We should be seeing a 27 over here very soon. And that's the way it's going to be. We should be seeing a bar and a 27 bar. The holiday 11/27. So, what else can we say about any of this action? I think let's see. So that's the metals complex. And we don't really think anything's going to change. And I guess we'll just be watching for that interest rate increase. Let's drift over to the energy sector, as we talked about earlier. There is the front month January contract now. You can see it's popping up. It's got its head trying to get into the buy. You can see on the algorithm right there, it's pushing up. See it right there. You can see the weekly is trying to turn. So that's the front month Jan contract. Down over here, we'll put Brent in. Let's put the Brent into the beta. There's the Brent. And you can see that situation going on the same way there. Right there it is. You can see we've been in a weekly sell for a while. You can see the daily sell is for a couple days, just 3 days now, just like it was on the West Texas Intermediate right there, 3 days. And now it's fighting, pushing to get into that buy right now. You can see there, we got a little green dot going on. It's plus for the day. They're starting to push it up. We're getting that positive action there. All right, now from there we'll go over to natty gas. Where's that natty gas? Natural gas. We'll put it up over here first. Right there, there's natural gas. You see that's pressing down. And you can see in a weekly sell for a few weeks now. Right there. Daily sell for 3 days. And we're in the United States, we're at $2.89, basically $2.90. So we're pressing down there with no problem. Now over on J4X, let's show what the natty gas looks like there. There's a mouse around here somewhere that'll help. There it is. NG, HG, there's HG. Where's NG? There's the Nikkei. Let's show what the Nikkei did. There's the Nikkei. They sold that down today. They're pushing it on the daily down. The weekly closed in a weekly sell last week. Interesting. Okay. No, that's a daily sell. I'm sorry, daily sell there, and the weekly is still in the buy. Now let's go over and look at natural gas. There it is right there. There's natural gas showing the 3 days in a sell and the 3 weeks in a sell. Going for a 4th week on the beta. Now from there we go over and look at an energy company in Spain. Right there. And you can see it's been in its buy. We were really surprised that the thing took out the 27 again. You can see it right there. They on Friday, by the end of the day, they're reflecting 27 and over 27 and a half. So there's a little squeeze out of nowhere. And we've been in a weekly buy, so it's not unfortunately, Europe is paying a lot more in its prices for energy. There's Robin. Zzz, I agree. It's quiet, sleepy. No one's looking into the markets. They're all quiet and sleepy. They don't know what to do, where to go. Maybe it's the holidays. People are thinking, let's wait till next year. It's just all that stuff going on. But it is quiet. Not even Mountain pops in. Everybody's taking the holidays. Yep. Okay. So from there, there's the deck gas. What else we can say about any of these? Well, that's pretty much it. That's the energy sector, and that's that Spanish oil company and energy company, and it seems to be hanging out above the 27s. It just doesn't let go. That's what winter is all about, I guess. So from there, where do we march over to now? Let's take a look and see. Okay. So from there, we're going to go take a look at the stock indices, and we're going to go to the S&P 500. Start off with right there, and it's looking very firm. It's still on a weekly buy for this is starting the 4th week. The beta is basically trying to tell us the 5th week. Right there. You see all that strength in there. Now let's take a look at it on an intraday basis and get a little bit more close personal view of it. Traded close to 35. It was trading in the 34s. Let's show you that. This is the S&P 500. We'll throw it up on the screen. You can see there. There we are. And, as the Europeans got going, they rallied it up, and now they've brought it back down to the start of the morning, and now a little bounce trying to kick out again, and that's where we're at when it comes to that product, the S&P 500. And then when we look at it on a daily basis and weekly basis, same situation in a plus and in a plus. Now from there we'll go over to the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there, and we'll put that up on the screen too on J4X. There's the Dow 30 doing the same thing with strength. Same thing here with strength, weakening a little bit in the weekly buy, no problem. A lot of strength. Lots of strength. Same thing on the beta. Lots of strength. It basically has been showing lots of strength from the, what is that? That is the, and that's the, let's put that up. Here we go. There we go. That's the Dow Jones. Since the 32,500 area, it's been parked around the 35,000 area. Showing a little weakness as we speak right there. And you can see over here, it's trying to do the same thing. We're getting a little weakness, but still much more in the plus than the beta. And we trust the beta. We're starting to trust the beta more than we trust anything else. But both of them are so strong and so accurate that we try not to ignore either of them until we finally get the beta running 100% the way we want it. From there, we'll go over to the NASDAQ 100, the Tech 100. Put that in right there. There's the Tech 100, just been climbing and climbing and climbing. Stochastic at 76.1. The slow is at 79, so it's trying to break down a little bit in here. Let's put it over here. Same thing, lots of buys for a long while, not letting go. And it's been in a weekly buy for 4 full weeks. This is the 5th week starting now. And let's put it up over here. There it is right there. Now the fast on that is trading at 76.2, basically almost 3, and the slow is at 79. So we're seeing weakness in both of both the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Nasdaq. And let's just double check the S&P again, see if it's doing the same thing, showing that weakness there. Fast is at 90, and the slow is at 9. No, it's 89. 89.9 on the fast, 89.5 on the slow. Getting very, very close. Very close. So 2 out of 3 of them are breaking down. Let's look at the Russell 2000 right there. And the fast is at 68.6, basically 7. And the slow is at 72.7. So that's also breaking down. 3 out of 4 of the stock indices are pressing down. And let's put it up over here. There. As you can see right there, the Russell 2000 closed in a daily sell on Friday, and it's pressing on it today. And you can see over here the where's that? Right. Let's just do it this way. That's the NQ. Let's get the Russell on there. The RTY. Right there. So it's doing the same thing. It closed in a sell on Friday. Trying to play with the sell again today. And the weekly holding up pretty well. Can't complain. You can see the strength in it. So I guess they're going to try to, logically park itself in some positive way. Just some positive way. How? Not sure, but they will. Again, stock traders are definitely working differently than the commodity traders and the currency traders. Currency traders are more like the stock traders. They take on longer term positions. Let's take a look at a couple more stock indices around the world. Also, just as we saw the Hang Seng and so forth. Let's take a look at the London market. There it is, right there on J4X. It's lifting up. It's in the daily buy for a day. Now it's the second day. And the weekly's been in a weekly buy for 3 full weeks, going on a 4th week. And I think we have the DAX too. Let's find the DAX. There it is there. There's the DAX. DAX is 2 weeks in a full buy on a weekly. But at the same time, and it's heading for a 3rd day, right there. And you can see on a daily buy, the DAX has been very strong. These last 8 days, 9 days now, showing lots of strength over the last 9 days, going from the 15,000 area almost up to the 16,000 area. Pretty good there. Not much more to be said about the DAX. And as I said, and we showed you, London looking the same way. Again, stock traders definitely don't invest the same way that the others do. All right. From there, let's see. Where do we go from there? Nothing on the chat line. We'll just keep on marching along here. All right. So let's take a look at the last of what I kind of like to always think is an index, and that is, I look at the Bitcoin. When we look at the Bitcoin, we're also watching Ethereum too nowadays. And let's put Bitcoin up on there. There it is right there. And you can see closed in the daily buy on Friday, and it's still in the daily buy right now. And the weekly is in a weekly buy with no problem for umpteenth, over 12 weeks of weekly buys. Let's put it up over here. We watch the GB, the Bitcoin ETF. It's trading at $29.03, and it's flirting with the sell at the moment. And you see that pressure on it. Yep, that's the action we're seeing. And same thing with, let's put it up over here. So there it is. You can see it's flirting with it now. Been in that weekly buy for so long, it's, you figure that they're going to find a way to try to take some profits out of it somehow. That's usually the way it works. You buy it, you make money, you take profits. That's usually the sport of it all. All right, now from there, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, let's check out Ethereum. We'll put it up on the. There it is, right there. And down at the bottom, there's Ethereum. Same situation, lots of strength for like the last 6 weeks. Daily buy on Friday, still in the daily buy today so far. You can see it's lifting up and hanging over the 2,000 area. And the cryptos are, they are really an interesting, product when it comes to the idea that the cryptos can, be insightful. It's been a little odd, but when you really look at it in a broad term, the cryptos have been screaming in our face, telling us that the market wanted to go up back in October. And sure enough, the cryptos took off. The Ethereum lifted up in the $1,600 to $1,550 area and ran all the way up to the $2,100 area in a matter of like 5 weeks. And that was, very brilliant and strong and, very impressive. So, it's hard to, doubt the power of the crypto. People want something separate from the central banks nowadays. And that makes total sense. That's how they figure out how to do it. What else we got here? Let's see. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look at VIX. I posted that up on the LinkedIn VIX. Let's see. There it is right there. And there's the volatility index. It's been driving down from the 22s for like the last 4 weeks. And it's really parked itself down. I see it there. You can see right there. It's the weekly's been in a weekly sell since October 30th. I guess October 30th. Oh no, there weekly sell. Yeah, October 30th. It's been in a weekly sell. So this is 4 weeks on it, going on a 5th week. It's been really interesting pressure on the downside. All right, now from there, and that's the volatility index. Let's take a look at the volatility in the energy sector. Yeah, they have NASDAQ volatility. They have S&P 500 volatility, and they have oil volatility. And I believe that's the oil volatility right there. Yep. Now, and then the one above it, I think, is, which one is that? Let's see what OVOX is. Let's just punch that in and double check it. Right there, and OVX. Crude oil volatility, that's what that is, as I thought. Okay. And so you can see it here up on the screen on the beta. And it's been in a weekly sell. It went in there 2 weeks ago. And up in the, let's see, where's it? Oh, that's right. The oil was in the 80s, and now we're in the low 70s. It was in the mid 80s when it went into the weekly sell. Right there. It was like 85. And it's driven itself all the way down to 72. And now we're getting a nice little bounce, almost 3/8 retracement at the moment. That's always cool. Good old retracement there. All right, traders. What should we use today as a title? I haven't figured out that yet myself. But let's figure a title out for this product for this day. I want to say it's more like oil traders don't compete with equity traders. They don't. They don't compete. They have totally different directions. You know, one is looking very short term. The other one's looking much broader and long term. So that'll be the title today. So traders, we've had enough fun. We'll catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. This is Doc from North America saying happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, traders. Have a safe and smart trading day and see you on Tuesday. Okay. Ta-ta.